name is Joe Dimatteo, registered pharmacist, certified clinical nutritionist. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm here today to talk about our CBD Isolate line of products, primarily our premium hemp oil 400. We do have two longer form videos that are more broad and encompass more about CBD itself and the differences between cannabis and hemp, etc. But today I do want to focus on if you're somebody that has decided that it's something you would like to do, it's something you'd like to purchase. We've got 5, 6, 7 products, really broken down into 2 categories that I'll go over, but we've got 5, 6, 7 different products on there. How do you pick which one is for you? So the first thing you want to look at with any hemp product is 3 basics, because we're dealing with a plant product. Where is the hemp grown? How is the CBD taken from that hemp? And then what is in the final product? And how do we know that the label matches the bottle and that it's pure? So to start, our CBD Isolate line is 100% American from start to finish. Okay? It is organically grown in Kentucky, and it's extracted using the safest, most gentle form possible, which is CO2 extraction. And in doing that, it does require expensive equipment, but there's no chemicals and there's no solvents used, okay? Part 3 to that, now that you've extracted the CBD, what's in the final product? We have a third-party company assay it, not us, not a company, not the company that made it. We have a third-party company assay it to make sure that there's no chemicals in there, also to make sure that in the CBD Isolate line, there's no THC in there, okay? And that it's pure CBD and that the quantity on it matches the label, okay? So again, back to the CBD isolate, I keep using that term. That essentially means it's not a whole plant extract, okay? It is CBD isolated out from the hemp plant. So you get a full spectrum product initially, and then once you get that whole plant full spectrum product, you then isolate it down to the CBD, okay? Full spectrum, I'll have a separate video on that. We do carry a line of those products. It has its benefits, it has its advantages, but today, again, we're dealing with the CBD Hemp Oil 400. It's 99.7% pure CBD isolate, okay? Again, it's a more difficult extraction process. It's basically 2 steps, okay? It is assayed by a third-party company to be 0.00% THC. That's critical here because this one may be more advantageous for somebody that gets drug tested or is very apprehensive about hemp products in general, okay? There's no THC at all, and there's no other cannabinoids present at all either, okay? In doing the isolate form, it also makes it a little more tasteless too. It doesn't have the essence of the plant and it doesn't have that plant grassy taste, okay? So not all CBD isolate products are created equal though. Ours goes through a process once the CBD has been extracted, goes through nanoparticle technology, which essentially means that you're not breaking down the molecule, but molecules do tend to clump together. So what you do is, using this technology, you break those bonds apart, okay, and you narrow it down to the smallest particles possible. That increases absorption, okay? And that's phase 1. Then with those nanoparticles, what's done is called liposomal delivery. It's wrapped in liposomes or fat bubbles, okay? Specifically, we use phosphatidylcholine extracted from sunflower oil. What that does is CBD is a fat-loving or fat-soluble ingredient, and wrapping it in that liposome helps to ensure greater absorption, not so much through the bloodstream, but through the lymphatics, which is where fats are primarily absorbed. Okay, so again, your main things there are the nanotechnology, about our product specifically. You've got the nanoparticle technology and the liposomal delivery. So now you've decided maybe this is the one you want to do. How do you use it? 1 ml, which is basically a full dropper full, it is marked on there, under the tongue twice a day. Okay? You may increase by 1 ml every 1 to 2 weeks until you get your desired effect. All right? Increasing more often than 1 week is a waste because your body hasn't had time to really get up to a steady level of it, so you may end up using more CBD, spending more money than you need, okay? If you end up using 3-4 ml a day, we are going to begin to carry a 1,600 milligram that you can go to, but for now, this is the one that you want to start with. Very few people need that high of a dose, okay? Most people do get results within 1 to 3 weeks, okay? But I would encourage you, if you bought this bottle and you use 1 or 2 ml a day and it's not really working for you, you're doing what you hoped, and maybe you leave it in the medicine cabinet or you give it away, I'd encourage you not to do that. You've already paid for the bottle. Some people do need to get up to 3 or 4 ml a day to get an effect. Everybody's different. The way your liver and the way your body processes this is different for everybody. Again, I'd encourage you to, before you'd ever give up on it, to go up to 4 ml a day, but most people are just fine on that 1 ml twice a day. Okay. Also, we do carry, these are essentially offshoots of the CBD Isolate Hemp Oil 400. We have this hemp and hops product. This is the CBD Isolate in with natural anti-inflammatories. This is used really only for people with pain. You apply it to the site that hurts, and a lot of people get relief. It's got the anti-inflammatory components that CBD brings, and then it's got some natural ones like arnica added to it. Finally, we do have the Night Piece product, which is a little lower dose of a CBD isolate and also includes melatonin that is used for sleep. You take it 35 to 45 minutes before bedtime. So I think the other thing I do want to emphasize, whether you're doing the Night Piece or the hemp oil, I know I said it, but under the tongue is critical. 30 seconds ideally. Use the dropper, so you don't have to squirt the whole thing in at one time. Do it drop-wise. I think you're going to get a little more palatability. It'll be a little more easy to absorb and make sure that it's all going in under the tongue. Okay? So to summarize, the hemp that we use is grown organically. It's extracted safely and gently. No solvents are left behind. And then we have a third-party company assay it to make sure that there's no THC in there, there's no solvents, and that the amount of CBD matches the label. Okay? So particularly for those of you, again, worried about drug testing, are very apprehensive about CBD and hemp in general. Okay? And then furthermore, our specific product, CBD Isolate product, uses the nanotechnology to make the particles as small as possible, then wraps them in those liposomes to make sure that you absorb them ideally. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. If you like what you heard, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget, stay up to date by subscribing and ringing the bell below. Thanks again.